If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A challenge shall lead them
to buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
All right, Code Slammer, DJ Stream in the works. Hey, wait, where's the little ticker? The little ticker.
It's coming, don't
worry. Okay. Up next is Metallica, All Nightmare Long.
All Nightmare Long.
And he picked the studio version for us, so let's check it out.
Yeah, what does that mean, studio version? Like just literally the studio version?
That's what I assumed it meant.
Sure.
So it's like
you should go to cardioid.
The best of the best.
Working on a song since 2005. Shut up! He's right, though. All right, guys, here we go. All Nightmare Long by the band Metallica. Oh, I see what you're saying right there. I see what you're saying. Talk to the people.
What? What happened? Literally every time. So I was breaking up videos today to get them released individually, and I came across multiple times where this happened. Where all of a sudden, randomly, you say, "Talk to the people," and then I get all weird and awkward.
Yeah, why do you do that? Why do you get so weird and awkward?
Because I don't have the comment section up. It's not like I have something planned to talk about. I don't know what's stuck.
The comment section is right there.
Honey, when I'm pregnant, my eyes are not as good. I can barely see what's going on over there.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Is that what you're saying?
John Lennon also had a big fight with heroin, still in Beatles era.
Really?
Yeah. Did you see Revo sent you that interview he wants you to take a look at?
I never thought that.
He thinks you're going to get a kick out of it. Guess the second half of it or something.
What interview? There's an interview?
I sent you a text with an interview.
I probably ignored it.
I know.
You probably ignored it. Who was the interview with?
I think it was one of the Beatles guys. I thought.
Really?
Look, right here. Yeah, Paul McCartney.
Oh, Paul McCartney.
From 1968.
That's a guy I like, right? I like Paul.
He thinks you're going to get
He's the guy that wrote the good songs about the girl or something like that. All right.
Whatever.
Here we go, guys. Metallica! All Nightmare Long, let's do it.
wreckage one more time. Horrific memory twist the mind. Dark, rutted, cold, and hard to turn. Path of destruction, feel it burn. Still life, incarnation. Still life, infamy. Hallucination, heresy. Still you run. What's to come? What's to be? Cause we hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Feel us breathe upon your face. Feel us shift every move we trace. Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Yeah. Looks, runs, and you crawl again, but your luck runs out time. Light that is not light is here to flush you out with your own fear. You hide, but will be found. Release your grip without a sound. Still life, immolation. Still life, infamy. Hallucination, heresy. Still you run. What's to come? What's to be? We hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Feel us breathe upon your face. Feel us shift every move we trace. Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Yeah. Looks, runs, and you crawl again, but your luck runs out time.
Ain't over.
Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all night very long. Feel us breathe upon your face. Feel us shift every move we trace. Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all night very long. Yeah. Luck runs. I can crawl back in, but your luck runs out. Your luck runs out.
Yes, man! Fucking hell, let's go!
Our Amazon account is up and running now. We are selling our formula officially. It's amazing stuff from Europe.
Made in Germany. Sold in America.
Highest standards there are. In America, the standards haven't been updated since 1980. It's super weird, like older than me. In Europe, they update safety standards basically every year. This formula is top notch, great for the stomach, great for constipation. This is a great product. If you happen to want to purchase it and join us on our journey, then grab the link in the description. If you do and leave a review for us, send me a screenshot at vinandsori@gmail.com of your review after you have received the product. We will put your name in a hat. Song reviews are going to come out by some of the people that have left reviews. Don't forget to send us a screenshot of your review once you get the product. Now a word from our mascot dressed as a pirate, Fuji.
Ah! It's a steal of a deal.
Ah! Yes! Metallica has returned!
Ah, it's been so long.
It's been such a long
Oh,
time!
nightmare long. That one was.
Did this song just come out?
This one came out in 2008.
2008! They probably have another record out since then. Holy shit, 2008? That's like the Patriots' undefeated season or something like that.
Wow. That was 2008. That was an interesting year.
Why? Is that the year you got married to Homeboy?
Yeah, yep. It's also the year Johan was born.
Oh, just take a magic eraser. Not a problem that can't be fixed. Oh, God.
This one's heavy. That is the
Holy
thing.
smokes.
They are so talented with their instruments.
When they decide to be heavy, nobody can fuck with this band,
Yep,
bro.
Yep, get out of the way.
Nobody.
Get out of the way.
I was in the shower. I was listening to one, and I fucked up my ankle.
In the shower?
Yeah, because I was like, darkness, darkness, and God was like, so bitch. Phew.
So bitch.
Yeah. I'm like, darkness.
You fell?
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's so insane. I'm surprised we didn't hear anything. That must have hurt.
I was like, it's such a satisfying feeling playing that when you play it.
Okay,
satisfying.
look, I have to say, falling in the shower is, in my opinion, is extremely humiliating. When I was pregnant with Reza, I fell in the shower. Yes, because
everything is
no, not everything is.
There's nobody even there.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You think God's like, look at this dummy eye.
It doesn't matter. It's not like falling like on the ground because it's rounded on the side. So like when you fall, you also slip.
Yeah, you slip down. Yeah, that's what happened. I was like, shit.
How shameful.
But I was on the ground, the water was hitting me. I was like, oh, did I see it? Absolute horror! I cannot live! I don't give a fuck.
Oh, my word.
But when Metallica decides that they're going to wreck shop, forget it, bro.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Forget it.
For some reason, I wasn't expecting it like that. I'm glad it was.
This has got to be the comment of the year. One time I fell in the shower and I tried to grab the water.
Oh, man. That's the thing. If you wash your feet, I think some people don't wash their feet. That's where it gets tricky. Once you wash your foot.
No, it's once those suds are in there, man. It's a slip and slide. Once the suds are in there and you're moving it around. You know how some showers have that little thing, the little
grippy thing?
Yeah. No, not in our shower.
No, we have nothing. Actually, you know what? I should add some of those. Everybody's falling. All the babies are always falling.
That moment right there is probably the most important moment in metal ever. That breakdown in one is the most important. No, honestly, it really, really is. It's one of the most important moments ever in metal. But so is this song. The middle part of this song was insane. It was very, very heavy. You know, I hear Metallica now. I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll hear some Metallica. Like,
This is what you needed, though.
this is a type of Metallica. What is that? Cranberry juice?
Blood.
What is it, though? Is it cranberry juice?
No.
What is it?
It's like this cold pressed blah 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 that has a bunch of fruit in it.
It's more of that
and vegetables.
psychobabble you
It's
and
got
Dorian.
fruit and vegetables in it.
You and Dorian do. Yeah, I really love the song.
But you would hate it because it's not like it has. It almost seems like there's applesauce in it because it's kind of thin.
Yeah, that's why I. All right. So, what did you think the song was? What did you think the song was about?
I was not paying attention to the lyrics at all. Crawl from the wreckage one more time. Horrific memory twists the mind. Dark, rutted, cold, and hard to turn. Path of destruction, feel and burn. Still life. Incarnation. Still life. Infamy. Hallucination. Heresy. Still you run. What's to come. What's to be. What are we talking about here?
I feel like
We hunt you down without mercy.
I feel like it's talking about addiction.
Oh, really?
I think, and how you can almost never really get away from the shadow of your own addictions.
Man. The light that is not light is here to flush you out with your own fear. You hide, but you will be found. Release your grip without a sound. Ew.
Yeah, all nightmare long.
Yeah.
You know, which I'm assuming is you know, it's obviously
Then
all
crawl
night
back
long.
into your obsession. Never do return. This is your confession.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think it's supposed to be never to return. That makes more sense.
No, I don't think so. Your confession is that you never do return to it, but you do. You confess to everybody, I didn't return to it, I never go back to it, blah, blah, blah. But you never do return to it.
Well,
but
this
you are
lyric
returning.
says never to return.
Yours is wrong.
So, I'm pretty sure it's never to return.
Yeah, did you see? So a friend of ours, like we've talked about her a lot. She's an unbelievable story, but she was deep in addiction and living, a certain lifestyle, and she was actually,
She was a sex worker?
yeah, she worked the streets.
Why'd you?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I feel bad, like just putting it out there like that. But anyway, so she
People
was,
need to know.
yeah,
There is a correlation.
yeah, and so she had gotten pregnant, and they were working really hard to get her to abort that.
I'm gonna stop because there's some dude that needs to hear this. There is a high prevalence of drug use and hard drug use in the community of women who practice sex work, whether they're
Yeah.
sex trafficked or volunteers.
Yeah.
And that's because what she's being asked to do is unnatural and inhumane. So many of them have to resort to these drugs to get through a day of work.
Yeah, yeah.
The same goes for women who function in the porn industry. So add that to your ethical use of women in the sex trade. Continue.
Ugh. So anyway, so she was gonna have an abortion, but there happened to be a group of people that are around her and like really encouraged her to keep the baby, and she did keep the baby, and she ended up losing the baby for a while, but she got the kid back. Like, life is totally different for her now. She's got a spot of her own. Like, she just took a vacation. Like, she's doing really, really good. And she has fixed stuff to such a degree that she was able to get her kid back. It was just such an uplifting, unbelievable story. Well, she just posted the other day that people were saying that she was downtown trying to get drugs. She's like, I don't need to go anywhere. If I want to get them, I'm going to get them. This is my new life, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But it was like, I don't
Yeah.
know. It just felt like why are people so low? Like, why do you have to do that? Why do you have to say that she was, you know what I mean? Like she's right. Like, why would she have to go back down to that place where she knows all the,
Well, I guess because she made a major change in her life, and
people are probably
her
being jealous.
her change and the strength that she had to summon to get to where she is.
Honestly.
they can't hold a candle to that kind of an accomplishment.
When I think of where she was at and where she got to, I don't know, like,
Later, JB.
Like-
Love you, buddy.
you think, that you're strong enough to do this or that thing, but I don't really know. Like, when I look at how much she had to, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have that, because I've never been in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, I've never had to struggle to that degree.
Unbelievable
And
power.
do I have the strength to struggle to that degree to get out? I don't know. I look at her all the time, and I don't see somebody that was, like a worker, or I don't see all that stuff. What I see every time I see any of her posts, they're like, she's a fucking strong woman. Whoa.
Yeah, she's a badass.
Yeah.
Sure. But to
But
me,
that's tough.
that's part of the wolves hunting you down thing.
Without mercy, yeah.
Revo has some pretty cool background of the song. James Hetfield said about the song, the hounds of Tindalos, which was another crazy mindfuck about these wolves that hunt you through their nightmares, and the only way you can get away from them is to stay within. This thing says angels. You can't even escape through sleep. So you have to stay inside an angel in order to escape these wolves. But anyway, it's whatever whatever you call it. I still think that this is probably metaphorical about something else, though. But we hunt you down without mercy.
Yeah.
Hunt you down all night long. Said, feel a shift. And Hetfield, he was on Joe Rogan like 5 years ago. He was talking about his battle with drug addiction.
Oh, jeez.
So he didn't. That was just 5 years ago. So maybe he's still dealing with it. And obviously in rock and roll, what people don't know about like addiction and stuff, like it's a lifelong thing. It's not something where you, like for example, we keep bringing her up, and I pray for her and all this, and like I'm very happy and proud of her, but there's still like 10% of me that's preparing for a bad Facebook post. Because you have to fight it your entire life. Like you never get over it. And so that's the part of addiction people don't understand. Like Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever, like people don't get it.
Yeah.
Like it can still hunt you down, even if you think you're safe. Mm-hmm. It's still back there. And so that's the sad reality of the nature of that addiction. It's like these almost supernatural wolves that chase you down, and even in your sleep. Because
oh yeah, absolutely.
I could just imagine.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Because if there's something that's in your subconscious, then it's gonna come out when you're resting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just the way that it's explained is pretty horrific memory twist.
The hounds of Tindalos are said to inhabit the angles of time. In contrast, humans and other earthly life forms within the curves of time. Okay. I see. Okay, so we're in the curves and they're in the angles. So you can only... Okay, I see. That's how you get away from them. He just got out of rehab last year. So... I think the song is using these magical wolves to.
I think you're right.
To speak about that constant, and I think all of us have. In Christianese it's called besetting sins or whatever. I've been out about mine, which is violence and propensity to violence, and it's very interesting because. When I started talking about that to try to kind of like openly repent, the reason I talk about it so constantly is it gives me accountability. Like, it's like, oh, you're saying all this pacifist stuff, so how could you have done that? So I try to talk about it as much as possible because it creates that level of accountability. But this last week has been very difficult for a person like me who's like, because when I think about that school and those kids... Like, it makes me want to fall back into those patterns of thinking, and it boggled my mind. Like, there was like until we got together and I got out of what certain subcultures, but there were so many times when I would watch something or see something, I'd be like, that guy needs to die, and I like meant it completely, and like I would have done it if he was there, like.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm reforming from that mindset and reforming from like being in a store and being like, okay, this guy, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm reforming from that, but it's still always in the back of your head. And then what happens is some event will happen that triggers it. And then I'm like, those kids are there and they're crying for help, and and it's like boom, immediately like first instinct is to wish that you could have been the one to go and put a bullet in that guy's between his eyes. You know what I'm saying? And like I was vetted to say that. I swear to God, Sadie, if I was there, I'd put two in his chest and one of his head. Like that instinct toward violence is the problem is that kind of an addiction, depending on what circles you're in, is actually glorified, which is one of the things that surprised me.
Right.
I'd start confessing about it in our church group, and then people were like admire. I'm like, whoa, no, we're off. Even you, when we were at that store, and the guy said that dumb shit to his girlfriend, and I went, and, whatever. It's like, it's fair, So there's some addictions that people have that actually. Get sell it, like with dudes. Like if a guy were to come and say, look, I'm addicted to sex, I can't stop watching this, or I can't stop, sleeping with every random blonde I run into. Like that kind of an addiction, when somebody really wants that kind of help, like it's very hard, to get support for that. So I think this is a really, really powerful song for a lot of reasons.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of one of those things that like cowardice is not looked at as a good thing, right? But neither is violence, from a Christian perspective. But when you're around people that are kind of bent toward cowardice, then when they see someone that's bent toward violence, it's looked at as like, a good and a positive thing. Yeah. Yeah, like. And the other thing is, we don't see what's going on inside of your head. You know what I'm saying? So, like, from my perspective, when we're in the parking lot. And this guy is going aggressively after this girl in a very abusive manner, and everybody in the parking lot acts like they don't see it. And then you whatever, my man, and whatever. Like what I see is your seriousness and you talking to the guy, and it didn't get violent. No, what was going on inside of your mind and your heart? I don't see that. Right. I just see what happened, and what happened is the guy apologized and didn't keep going with that girl. And yeah, I get it. They had to take the drive home, and he maybe took it out on her more later. I don't know. I don't know what happened later. But at least for that girl, maybe, let's say he does, when they leave, he goes after her and he's all aggressive with her and stuff. She's still in her own mind, still has that moment where somebody stood up for her, because she's worth not to be treated the way that guy was treating her. And I don't know, maybe that affects, what she does. But I understand where you're coming from. Like, but we're not seeing that. I'm not seeing the violence or whatever, the sin part of it. Because from my perspective, it didn't look sinful what you did. It looked like heroism. So.
Well, there's a hadith that is actually a Muslim dude, Egyptian dude told me. And it stuck with me for a very long time. So Ali was out, he was in jihad. And they were fighting. And Ali got the guy. Dude was dead to rights.
Okay.
And Ali picks up his sword to send him to Jahannam. Mm-hmm. And the guy spits in Ali's face. So Ali put the sword down. And he went somewhere else. Then he ran into the guy again and killed him. So they went to Ali afterwards and said, "Yeah, Ali, I saw the first time you had the guy, you had him dead to rights. He spit on you. You left him. Then you came back the second time and killed him. What's going on?" And Ali said, "Well, when he spit on me and I was going to kill him, it was because I wanted vengeance for myself and not for the sake of Allah. So I couldn't kill him because then it would be murder." He said, "So I left. When he came back around, my heart was right. So I killed him for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala."
Okay.
Now, to a lot of people, that sounds crazy. I cried for like 2 days. I cried for 2 days when I heard that, because I was like, holy shit. That's a completely different paradigm. And,
yes,
and then when you look at yourself and about how you apply violence, that's when like shit started like, oh my God. It doesn't matter if people on the outside think that was a justified whatever you did. You know why you did that shit. So I grew up with a mom who was physically abused. I was too young to do anything about it. I couldn't do anything about it. I'm out there she is, and I'm not going to let that happen again. And I know to you it looks like heroism, but God is like, nah, man, that's you not being able to deal with the fact that you couldn't protect your mother, and now you put this girl in a worse situation. So internally, that's what was happening. Externally, other people. That's why I'm saying like those.
Yeah.
There are certain addictions that get
Yeah.
celebrated. I think another one is Tom Brady. He's addicted to that shit, and I think his family's hurting for it, and I'm happy. I'm glad. But it's an addiction that benefits so many people and makes everybody happy, and so there's some addicts. My point is, there's some addicts that they have no hope other than divine intervention. So anyway, good song. Addiction is a motherfucker. All right. What do you give the song? It's 10 for me.
Oh
I loved
yeah,
it.
definitely a 10. Definitely a 10.
Yeah. Stephen Anwar was looking at some Islam for a little bit. Yeah, man. You got to. It's the second biggest one in the world, right? What do you give it?
I gave it a 10.
The 10 for me. I loved it. Metallica is metal again. Yes, dear listener. Been out. Metallica fans, why were you telling me this is such an amazing song? How dare you? We had to get Code Slammer. All right, we shall return. Turn. Been out.
Sorry out.
Gone.